I wanted to go over a couple of things with Rings of Power. Did watch the third episode yesterday, and nothing changes. The show is still very boring. And I got to say, the sets look really cheap. Maybe it's just me, but when I compare the show to House of Dragon, which I don't know how you can't do that, when you look at their sets look appropriate. They look kind of rugged, dirty in some places. They look good. In Rings of Power, the sets really just look too new in some cases. They just don't have the same magic that House of the Dragon has. Just something looks really off on them. Takes a long time to get anywhere in this show. I'm just not a fan of it. And to be honest, I'm probably who this show wanted, because I'm not a diehard Tolkien guy. I'm really just a fan of the Peter Jackson movies. I think those movies are fantastic. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, probably one of the best trilogies ever made, and some of the best movies ever made, for sure. And I'm not happy with this show. I think this show is a disaster, to be honest, especially when you compare it to the far superior House of the Dragon show. But I wanted to jump in to what's going on with Amazon's reviews. If you remember, they turned those off. So when you went to Amazon to watch this show, if you wanted to get an idea of how this show was moving along with other fans, you couldn't do that. The only places you've been able to actually see user reviews is over on Rotten Tomatoes, where, as you can see, it's sitting at 39% with audiences. That's not good. Shows you people not happy with the show, which, I mean, how could you not expect that? The show is not, it hasn't been well received since it was announced. The show's coming out now. People aren't happy with it. Over on Metacritic, you have the same kind of deal going on. 2.9 user score with a 71 Metascore based on 38 critic reviews. That's interesting. I haven't been following the Metacritic stuff as much. 71 compared to 84 over here on Rotten Tomatoes. I'd say that 71 is probably a better representation. The 84%, this show is not an 84%. That's like the same score as House of the Dragon, almost, which is a far superior show. Even the audiences and the critics line up. The show's it's a good show. But if we go over to Rings of Power and we take a look at some of these reviews, look at this, 3.5 out of 5. And from what I understand, this is not changing. It's stayed here since they actually released it. And they're really gatekeeping. They're gatekeeping these reviews really, really carefully over here. I want to show you something. This is from Ryan Kennel's Twitter. And he shared this. One of these reviews is considered totally legitimate and acceptable by Amazon. The other one gets rejected. The direct manipulation of their review system makes Amazon look so weak and desperate. So this one was accepted. This is from September 4th, 2022. 5 stars for sure. From April White. That's even that person's real name. 5 stars. What a in-depth review. 5 stars for sure, huh? Let's look at the one that got rejected. This is a 1-star review. Not Tolkien. Lame. A shame they just can't keep content original these days. Go woke, go broke. This one was rejected. Okay. Let's be fair. Probably neither of these people watch the show. Both of them are putting in bad reviews. This person, 5-star for sure. That person is just putting a review out there so that they can pump it up because they're trying to, counteract 1-star reviews. That's what this is. This person doesn't like what it's doing to Tolkien, says get woke, go broke. They reject this one. They're only rejecting negative reviews. And you can see it down here on some of these reviews. Slow start. We'll watch more. So they let this one 3 out of 5, but they left this one up. Why? Because they still are going to watch more. It's an in the middle one. What I really like are some of these that say, like, good fan fiction. Oh, it's okay because it's not really Tolkien's work, so I'm putting my pitchfork down and watching it. I like that this one says snappier editing would help. You're right. The editing for the show is awful. Awful. It takes them forever to get anything done. Some of this stuff can be cut out. If you watch episode 3, the one where they're passing the water around when the orc comes in, like that was also on. That scene should have been 30 seconds, 60 seconds, not 4 or 5 minutes, however long it was. You didn't need the pass and look at pass the water to 4 or 5 different elves. Should have been like the first guy, and then you could have got to the point. But no, it was a great example of them like really just dragging shit out. Don't forget that scene where she's on the horse too, and she finally smiles. Oh, that looked awful. That slow motion smile by Galadriel, or Guy Ladriel. Let's take a look at some of the 1-star reviews. Wow, but look at this. You have to get a paragraph out to really explain why you don't like it. That's funny. But you can quickly say 5 stars. No problem. You can get that out right away. It's just funny to watch this go on like this and them just get away with this and they don't get called out. It's so weird to watch. Well, no, it's not weird. It's actually as expected, but the gatekeeping they're doing on these reviews are really sketchy. And it's funny that it's totally ignored by the mainstream. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.